the next thing we're going to talk about is someone that the Giants picked up. And again, usually I don't really get into like things like this. However, because it's the Giants, it's a little bit of an interesting story and people are kind of talking about it right now. The Giants have recently signed Kelvin Benjamin, who is a wide receiver, came into the league as a wide receiver. However, he was participating in rookie mini camps, kind of trying out. That's part of the mini camps, is that they allow people to come in to try out, like undrafted free agents, so on and so forth. And Kelvin Benjamin was one of these people that came in. He's got connects to Dave Gettleman because he played for the Panthers. I feel like Dave Gettleman might have drafted him. Don't quote me on that. He might have, because if you guys don't know, Dave Gettleman, the GM for the Giants, used to be the GM for the Panthers. So, there's a lot of Carolina Panthers mix in with the New York Giants because of Dave Gettleman, one of them being Kelvin Benjamin. So the big news here that people are like discussing is the fact that he tried out as a tight end and not as a wide receiver. And obviously with all this Tim Tebow stuff, coming out of a quarterbacking job to be in the tight end situation here, people are switching to tight end and people are talking about that. Again, slow news days for the NFL world right now. We're just kind of speculating at this point. We're just like talking about things and we're like, oh, this person might go here and this person just went here and blah, 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 blah. So I wanted to talk about Kelvin Benjamin because I feel like I need a little bit of a Giants corner for myself right now. I talk a lot about the Giants off of the podcast. Like I go on a lot of different shows to talk about the Giants or the NFC East or things like that. But I feel like on my actual podcast, I don't focus in on them that much. People just ask me because I happen to be a Giants fan and I'm very passionate about that. But this whole thing here is the fact that the Giants roster is so crowded right now in terms of our offense. So, as many of you know, Kenny Golladay, we signed him in free agency. We signed John Ross in free agency. This is wide receivers. And we also just got Kadarius Toney in the first round. And we still have Sterling Shepard, and like our wide receiver mix is getting a little bit busy, and our tight end mix is getting a little busy as well. We still have Evan Ingram, which in and of itself is just pains me because I'm sure Evan Ingram is a fantastic person. I'm sure he's lovely. I cannot have this man on my team anymore. It just pains me because he cannot catch the ball. And then they put him into the Pro Bowl, and I was like, why? Why is Evan Ingram going into the Pro Bowl? I don't know. Anyway, so Evan Ingram's still in the mix, but silver lining here is that in free agency, the Giants picked up Kyle Rudolph, which I was so excited about. I don't care that he's dealing with injury, 31 years old. The man has red zone presence, big target, which is exactly what the Giants needed in their offense, especially in the red zone. So I'm very, very stoked about that. And other tight ends we have Caden Smith and Levine Toilolo. So adding Kelvin Benjamin into this mix, who came into this league as a wide receiver and is now trying out as a tight end, who Joe Judge, I have a feeling, would use him in any place that he needed to be. Like, he would switch him off. He's going to be like the Taysom Hill of the Giants, in which he can play any offensive position except for quarterback. Like, I feel like he could do that. He's also 6'5", 245 pounds. There are a lot of wide receivers out there who are not that large. So the fact that he can double as a tight end, probably also as a blocking tight end, let's be real, is really big for the Giants, and I'm really excited that he's able to be on our roster now. The thing is, though, like I'm saying, very crowded, very busy here. Someone's gonna go. We can't keep everybody here. Like, that would be insane. It would just be bonkers to have all of these offensive people on the team. Like, you have to get rid of somebody. If it's Evan Ingram, I'd be okay with that. Will it be? Probably not. I really don't think so. It might be one of these two lower guys, Caden Smith or Levine Toilolo. So, we also signed Corey Clement, a running back who used to be on the Philadelphia Eagles, which, again, running back depth, we have a lot of it now. All right? And I know we're a little nervous about Saquon coming into the mix here, but I promise you, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. I promise. So, this whole thing I just wanted to mention because I'm just, I think I haven't really even put this out on my podcast, really. I'm really excited for the Giants this season. I'm really excited to see the Giants take off. And with, people are like, oh, what about Danny Dimes? What about Danny Dimes? Daniel Jones is doing his best. And I feel like he was not able to reach his full potential last year because we didn't have all of the requirements, all of the needs for an offense. We are working on the offensive line. We are keeping the consistency with coaches instead of here and who and there and offensive coordinators and who's getting fired and all of this craziness that is going on. This is the first time in Daniel Jones's career that he is going to have a coach and an offensive coordinator from the year before. Consistency is key, people. Consistency is really important. So there's that. There's the increase in offensive line. There's the increase in wide receivers and tight ends. Those are targets for Daniel Jones to throw to that he didn't have that last year. And even still, he did a fairly good job with what he was given, I think. And we learned that Daniel Jones can run, which is excellent. I'm very excited to see. And with this addition of Kelvin Benjamin, who could be wide receiver or tight end, whatever he needs to be, it's really exciting. I'm very excited. When we worked on our edge rushers in the draft, we worked on our defense. This team is finally coming together. And I just wanted to talk about this. I just wanted to share how excited I am for the Giants this year. I know not everyone is a Giants fan, but I really am just stoked about it. And it's going to be a blast. It's going to be great. And the NFC East, I feel like, is getting a little bit more competitive in this year. The Washington football team is stepping their game up. They have Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is not to be reckoned with. The Eagles are figuring out their situation with their quarterbacks, with Jalen Hurts, and Devontae Smith is now in the mix. And the Cowboys, my God, oh my God, Dak's coming back. Like, this whole division is going to be completely different than it was last year. So, with that being said, I will stick by it. If you guys want to think of, predictions or records or whatever, in terms of the Giants, I don't think that we're going to blow it out of the water, but I can see a winning season. I can see a 9-7 season, which, guys, don't forget, it's a 17-game season this year, so the records are going to be a little bit more. So I can see just a slight win, a 9-7 season, which I'd be fine with. 9 wins is, compared to the last few years, would be amazing. So that is my little Giants rant. Thank you for letting me get that out. I feel like I haven't had the chance to say that on this podcast. I've said it on others. I've said it on other shows. I've said it to people. But that's how I feel. That's how I feel about the Giants this year. I'm, in terms of draft grades, I know that I talked about that before. I think the Giants did fairly well. And I'm, again, stoked. So, Kelvin Benjamin, cool.